Hi guys, so for tonight's message we are going to be looking at a random mystery message for you, and I have no idea what's in any of these piles, but we are going to see. So if you guys enjoy this reading, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. It really helps my channel to grow, and it also helps to spread these messages to others who might need to hear them as well, and I appreciate it very much so. Another great way to give back to this channel would be to donate. My PayPal, Cash App, and Amazon wishlist are all in the description box below. And I absolutely love when you guys do that as well. And it helps me out probably far more than most of you know. And I appreciate it very much. So, I have no idea what else I was going to say here. But we got 3 piles. Pick the pile you feel most drawn to, and we're going to get started with pile 1. Kind of got lost in my thoughts for a minute there. Anyway, pile 1. Let's see what we got in this pile. We have, know you have grown so much and be proud of it. Trees. Love yourself fully. Find your truth. You know what just came to mind? The giving tree. The giving tree is a beautiful story. Although I will say that I don't think the tree makes out very well in that story, but okay. The giving tree is what came to mind. Love yourself fully and find your truth. Walk away from anything that isn't good for you. Maybe like the giving tree should have before they cut it down and used its stump as a seat. Realization dawns. Get in touch with your softer side, which is much easier to do when you aren't around people that are stomping all over you for being softer. Just to say that. New business. Bad intentions. Experience is the bright side. Open your eyes. Experience is the bright side. I bet you'd love to hear that, because you know what? I think you guys have been through a lot of nasty, horrible shit from people that did not have your highest good in mind, and they were just really awful. They were awful to you. And they had very bad intentions in doing the things that they did. And I feel like if you haven't moved away from those people, you are being urged now to move away from those people. I feel like you guys are going to be seeing things and noticing things that you missed before. And you're going to start realizing that just because you were giving to everybody the whole time doesn't mean anybody was giving to you. And there was a lot of people around you taking. And the biggest bright side there is in what you have been doing or learning is the experience you have gained, the wisdom, the knowledge. I feel like people may have even been around you simply because they wanted to prosper from your new business, or from the money you would be pulling in, or from the fame, I'm hearing too, for some of you, or from the connections you would have, or basically people were in your life for very two-faced reasons. And the experience is the brighter side. That's what you have gained from this. That's the silver lining to focus on. And no, you don't have to focus on that, but I will say it makes your life much better when you focus on the brighter side of the bad things that have happened. Intuitive proof. You're starting to learn to listen to your intuition more. You're starting to see that you are right when you feel these things. And people you may have dealt with some gaslighting in the past where they told you were crazy, you didn't know what you were talking about, you didn't really understand the situation. That's not really what's going on, even though you knew deep down that was what was going on, and people denied it and really made you feel like you were crazy for it. So you guys may have stopped listening to your intuition, and now you're starting to open your eyes and see that your intuition was right the entire time. And because you went through all of these things, you learned how to really rely on that and notice it and listen to it and follow it. Don't compare or compete unless it's with the past you. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't compete with them. The only person that you want to compete with every day is yourself, and being better than you were yesterday. And even then, you know what? Don't push yourself too hard to be better than you were yesterday. And also, sometimes there is no better. Just being you is good enough. And be happy with just being you. Celebrate you. Be proud of you and your accomplishments and how far you have come. Don't worry so much about whether or not it's good enough for anybody else. Otherwise, you start going into that pick-me energy, which ain't good. You attract a lot of nasty people with that pick-me energy. Don't worry about winning or losing. Just enjoy the game. So just have fun. Just go with the flow. Enjoy life. Be happy. Instead of worrying so much about whether or not you're going to come out on top, just enjoy the ride. Addictions are exposed. So somebody's addictions may be coming out and coming to light. You may have known deep down that these people had these issues or problems going on, and now it's being highlighted, it's being exposed for you to see. Food issues are coming out. Somebody could be anorexic, somebody could be bulimic, somebody could be eating their emotions. Somebody could be starving their emotions. Food issues are coming out though. Stress and anxiety issues may be coming out as well. Spiritually protected. So know that you are spiritually protected from anyone who wishes you harm, anyone who is trying to cause pain to you or your loved ones, especially if you have children with somebody as well. Libra, right next to bad intentions. That's my ex. Yeah, and my oldest daughter is dealing with a little bit of bulimia at the moment. My youngest daughter's right on her way there too. She's gained about 20 to 30 pounds in the last 2 to 3 months. Because everybody in that family is a bunch of robots who aren't allowed to express their feelings, which turns them into ghosters and breadcrumbers too. And manipulators and gaslighters, instead of just being people and accepting that they're people like everyone else. And yeah, anyway, quick thinking. Feelings of love and care. Hidden fears. So you could definitely be experiencing some hidden fears or some things that are really, maybe people are noticing now more about some of the things that you have been feeling or fearing or stuff like that. Somebody may be thinking quickly. Somebody may be opening their eyes. Somebody may be actually expressing their love or care. Somebody may actually, somebody may be stepping up as well. And somebody definitely has bad intentions around you. Could definitely be an ex. Let's see what else we have here. These messages, God, a lot of these messages came out. This is going to be such a long reading. We have, you may be thinking a lot about the past. Forgive and release. See the good moments and the bad, and understand that there is always a balance. Cleanse your energy. I did find out today that, you know what, my ex, regardless of all his bad intentions, unless, of course, my kids are under some sort of direction to be doing this, is not the one that's been keeping me from them. They have decided to ghost and breadcrumb themselves. And they have decided that they don't want to see me because they don't like the fact that I'm upset sometimes. And you know what? I'm a fucking human being. I'm not a robot. I tried to tell their dad that years ago too. Although he was the one acting like a maniac and screaming every 5 seconds and all fucking day long, literally every day, sun up to sundown for about 1.5 years, he screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. Everything was a fight. And he was getting pissed off at me because I wasn't messaging him back at 2 in the freaking morning when I'm trying to sleep because I got to get up at 7 o'clock with our kids. And all kinds of crazy shit like that. And he doesn't message me back at normal times when normal people are messaging. He doesn't message me back, period. I mean, there's a big difference there too, because he's actually breadcrumbing and ghosting for fucking days at a time. Me, I'd wake up in the morning and message him back and be like, hey, I didn't message you back last night, even though I got your message then because I was trying to go to sleep and I tried to tell you good night 15 times. Anyway, there's a lot of bad, but there's a lot of good too. He is a good man in a lot of ways as well. And right at this very particular moment, it is very hard to see that. And he has done a lot of things out of very bad intentions towards me. But I also know that I am protected from all the BS. Someone new is coming in for you. Enjoy life more, live a little, take some risks for once. No more hiding from the spotlight. You shine so bright. Never hide that energy. When you shine fully, you will attract someone who shines just as bright as you. But it requires you to take off every mask, even the last one, that guards your vulnerable heart. So it's time to open your heart. It's time to really get more in touch with your intuitive, softer, sensitive side. Allow yourself to feel more, allow yourself to express more, and stop being so worried about what's coming, because you are very protected in whatever is coming your way. And if you need proof of that, look back on the past situations where people had bad intentions with you and really tried to hurt you, but yet you were protected and safe, right? Kind of like a couple years ago, for a minute, I started questioning whether or not my ex could have been hurting my children in the same way I was hurt as a kid. And I asked a friend about it, one of our mutual friends, which really, she wasn't much of his friend at all. She was more my friend, and she had talked to me about every fucking thing going on with her man, and even him hitting her, shit like that. And so I asked her if she thought that he could do something like that, because I was like, I just need somebody to tell me he couldn't. I've never thought that about him before in my life, but with everything that's been going on lately and his obsession with porn, his obsession with sex, and his constant just, he can't get off, and then there was this look on my daughter's face and all kinds of stuff kind of led up to that. Past trauma. Yeah, all that stuff led up to that. And apparently she told him in the background about what I was saying. And instead of coming to me and asking me about it or anything of the sort, or maybe even taking my daughter in to get her UTI checked out, because I had set up an appointment for her and I was working on my stuff, and he was supposed to be stepping up to help me out because I had been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. He was supposed to be stepping up to help me out and support me so that I could get my stuff done. And I asked him if he could take her down there and ask them to set up the tests that they were planning on setting up to see why she keeps having the reoccurring UTIs. We don't need antibiotics. We've been treating them at home. She's been having a lot of them though, and we need to know why she's having them. And he went down there and got her antibiotics and came home. We got in an argument about it, and I was like, the whole purpose of you going down there was to get the tests done, ask her what tests need to be done to find out why she's having the UTIs, not to get some freaking antibiotics. We can get rid of it at home, and she won't even take the medicine anyway. She prefers to have the cranberry juice and water to be able to get rid of that stuff. And so he went to the next doctor's appointment, set up another one, and the same exact thing happened. And you know what? UTIs are a sign of being molested. So is bedwetting, which she was doing at that time too. And because of him knowing about that, he started a fight with me one night and threw some stuff and then stormed out of the house after telling me I needed to leave. And I was like, I guess me and the girls could go to Elko for a couple days, which he still tries to convince me to this day that I said I was taking his kids away from him, and I never did. But he went down immediately and filed a false police report accusing me of abusing my kids so that he could get a restraining order on me. We went into that courthouse a couple weeks later. And, oh, by the way, he had the cops bring the car over to look like the good guy. He's giving me the car, too, and blah, 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 and all this other bullshit. Well, that night, in the middle of me trying to get a hold of my family and work a way out of here, because I have no family here, no friends here, no nothing here. And, he shut off my phone. Then, when I came back up here for the court date, he had stolen the vehicle from where I had left it. And, which they actually had another vehicle at the house too. So the judge, when we went in that courtroom, he's like, this is possessive, controlling, and manipulative behavior. And it's not okay. He made him give me half of his paychecks. He made him give me the car back because we had 2 of them registered in our name. And he put the restraining order between me and him instead of the kids, and we had to meet underneath the police cameras at the cop shop. I asked my kids about it and whether or not anything like that had happened, and they swore up and down that nothing had ever happened, period, bottom line. That's the only reason I even dropped it. And I saw a chink and I went back home. We tried to work it out for about another year after that, and we lived together for about 6 months after we were split up. But that's the whole thing. Protected. I was protected. I was fucking innocent in that situation. And somebody was trying to screw me over because he didn't want me taking his kids, and that's what he thought was going on. He was afraid, and he acted out of fear. And does that make it right? No. But at the same time, my fear caused me to question whether or not he could molest his kids, which I'm pretty sure that that would be a very hard thing to take as well. So anyway, back to what we were saying. You're protected. Believe that, know that, trust that. And allow yourself to open up again. Others may have purposefully overburdened you. They put their workload fully on you and refused to help so you would be distracted and wouldn't have the time for your own goals. This is my ex. I am serious. I don't mean to keep going into my shit, but you know what? He literally told me at one point that the reason he was doing those things was because he was feeling like if I started being around more people that were more interested in the things that I was interested in, I was going to leave him. Well, you know what? I left him simply because he was trying to stop me from doing that. It had absolutely nothing to do with finding people I had more in common with. Fuck, he should have known. I fucking tried to do that with him for 12 fucking years we were together. 12 years. I haven't given anybody that much of my fucking time my entire life. And he was that insecure. That's pretty sad. Anyway, people overburdened you. They overworked you. They overloaded you with all kinds of crap so that you would feel distracted and you wouldn't be able to accomplish the goals that you had set out for yourself. Kind of like this last year and a half where his ex-brother-in-law, or his brother-in-law is an ex-sheriff here. I've had cops harass me all the way up until I started posting about it on YouTube and Facebook. I had them harassing me on a constant basis, and everybody around here knows that I don't deserve that shit. Once I started making it public, they left me alone. I wonder why. And on top of that, I had everybody in his family running around spreading rumors about me, trying to get in the way of me being able to see my kids. His mom was busy telling my kids that I walked out on them, that I left them, that I abandoned them because I chose not to be with her son, which I was here every day living the way that I've been living in complete poverty in my RV in a town that won't hire me because I'm a single mom or because I was a stay-at-home mom for years. Pretty fucked up, huh? All of this shit, and you know what? Part of me feels like some of those instances even had to do with him. But literally, they have put so much shit on me, and it doesn't matter because I'm still here fucking fighting, and I'm still here working towards my goals, and I am still here succeeding. I am succeeding. I done did everything they said I couldn't do. I done did everything they said I wouldn't do. I done did everything they said I shouldn't do. And with God as my witness, I made it through. That's where you're going to be at. You're going to be sitting in that energy. You have, or you already are possibly as well. Others openly bullied you. They tried to make you feel completely alone in a cruel world. One or two may have hoped that you would commit suicide to solve their problem. You. Don't let them win. Stay here and succeed. It will eat them alive. Literally. They have literally tried to push me to that. They have literally done everything in their power to try to get me to give up on life even. All because of their own jealousy, their own insecurity, their own fear, their own bullshit. And I feel like it's been the same ride for you. It's amazing how much all of these line up, isn't it? Because I didn't pick these out. These all just happen to line up. So this is real. And nobody's crazy here. You have blamed yourself for too long. It is time to see others' actions are not your fault. You can't make choices for anyone but yourself. If you don't like your choices, change them. Don't self-blame. And if you are dealing with others who hurt you without their choices, or with their choices, walk away. No more self-sabotaging. When my daughter told me this morning that she just didn't want to come by at all this week, and she's going to come by for a little bit on Christmas because her dad convinced her to come by, and that she doesn't like being around me because I say things about her dad's family and she loves them. I was like, you know what? The truth I speak about your dad's family is my side of the story. And at least I'm not lying to you like they are. And you love them, and you can walk away from me because of that, but you're not going to walk away from them because you love me? And I was like, you know what? I'll see you guys Christmas. And then I messaged back and I was like, you know what? Don't come by Christmas. Because I don't want anybody that doesn't love me around on Christmas. I would rather have Christmas alone. You guys can come pick up your presents sometime this week. And then I asked the guy that lives in his van next door if he could take me over there so I could drop off their presents instead. And as I was getting ready to take off with him, they pulled up. And I gave them their presents, and they were trying to give me their presents and trying to say that they love me. And I was like, no, I'm done with this shit. Take this shit and get out of here. Because I am done being treated like this by you. I am done being abused by you guys. All of you guys. Because all they've done is turn into their father. They have morphed into him. And, yeah, it's pretty much, that's a choice I'm making. I was choosing to stay and put up with that. And then I chose today to walk away and not put up with that. She's like, yeah, see, this is exactly why I don't want to have anything to do with you, because you can't even drop it right here. And I was like, no, I haven't talked about anybody for about a year. Not until you guys decided you didn't want to be around me, because I told you that if you don't like me and your dad fighting, then you can't force us to be together so I can see you. Come see me by yourself. And then they wouldn't come see me by themselves. I've seen them for 2 hours on Thanksgiving, and that was it. I've seen them less than 3 minutes on half of the days they went to school this last month. And now it's Christmas break and I don't get to see them at all. As punishment for not wanting to be around their dad. And I'm not going to put up with that. So too fucking bad. We ended up apologizing and they're coming by tomorrow morning. That's what happens when you stand up for yourself. So stand up for yourself and walk the fuck away from people. And if they really want to be in your life, they will make the effort. And if they don't, they can get the fuck out of your life. Because you don't need that shit. Someone may have tried to do black magic on you in some form. Yep. Remember, you are protected and the power of the divine is far greater than some vengeful spirit of a person. Some don't understand why it doesn't work, but you are very protected and it will be sent back to them instead. That's what they don't get. And it's not just them. That's more other people. Some of it. But that's more other people. You guys have went through fucking hell here, and fucking congratulations for being here standing today. Someone may have tried to put their own blame on you, their own blame on your doorstep. They couldn't face the mirror or the censure of others. The lies will be revealed to others, and they will see the truth. This person has a lot of self-hate, and it will increase before it gets better. Yeah, my ex told everybody in his whole family that I cheated on him and left him for somebody else. I didn't leave him for somebody else. I left him because he couldn't fucking get his ass together and gain some self-esteem instead of fucking being a piece of shit to me because I had some. Because I wanted to do good things in my life. Because I wanted to be somebody in my life. And even if I didn't want to be, even if I wanted to just continue being a stay-at-home wife and mother, that wouldn't have been good enough for him either. What he wanted me to do was to sacrifice everything and go get a fucking minimum wage job, be the slave in the household, still taking care of everything and working a minimum wage job, and that be my life forever, so that I would be dependent on him forever. Others never gave you the recognition or acceptance that you deserved. Look internally for that validation. It's the only one that can't be taken from you unless you let it. If you can't acknowledge yourself, you will never see it from others either. You are fucking amazing and wonderful and awesome. Don't believe me, believe you. Tell yourself that in the mirror every morning, and it will really help. The melting of winter. Find the warmth glowing within. Having optimism is a win. It's growing more every day, melting all the ice away. Your solar plexus shines so bright, it chases away winter's night. As the snow melts, your walls drop down. Keep going now. Oh, sorry. As the snow melts, your walls drop. Keep going down, you must not stop. Keep going now, you must not stop. This new ground can seem shaky, I know. Just think of the green grass below. Uncovering your heart is hard work. It's true, but you will be rewarded for all that you do. This was written last year on the 28th of December. So, you may have encased your heart in ice for a while, but it is time now to thaw that out, and it is time now to open back up to the possibility and ideas of love around you. Even love coming back to situations where it seems like it would be impossible, because in some cases, it can come back. The strength we share. All these years I've loved you, all these years I've cared, but here in this moment it feels very new. So many painful moments we've shared. It's hard to heal that pain. Such a small chapter in this legacy we reign. We put our hearts all in and played to win. We refused to give in to fear and watched in awe as we saw our storms clear. It has taken patience, I know. Both of us have learned to grow. We could have thrown it all away, but I'm glad we fought to see a new day. Now we will never lose our sunshine because we will always know we will be fine. Even if not together, we will always be fine. He just isn't the one for me. He isn't who he claimed to be all these years, and I can't be less than me anymore. So, this is a poem I actually wrote for that specific ex, who's a Libra. This is... God, this could definitely be something where you may actually come back together with this person. And this could also just be something where you actually get to be friends with each other after everything. Because you know what? The biggest reason he has done all the nasty shit he has done has been because he didn't want to just be friends with me. He wanted to be able to own me. He wanted to be able to control me. He wanted to be able to be the one in charge. And you know what? This is my life. You want me in your life? Then you need to treat me good. And if you don't want to treat me good, goodbye. I have tried so damn hard to be his fucking friend for so fucking long, it's ridiculous. And I can't do it anymore with being the only one doing it. But if he wants to actually do it too, then no problem. And not because he's doing me a favor that he's holding on a string above my head, thinking that he has all the power because I do plenty of favors for him too. Because that's another thing that had started the crap we had last month going on. So anyway, wow. Fear pulls you from me. My love for you is unconditional even when you're irrational. My love for you is consistent even when you want to quit it. It's hard for me to stand so strong. As you figure out, it takes so long. My heartbeat races when you are near, a distant drumming echoing fear. I want to speak so badly to you. Do you feel this same need too? When I'm near you, I think I see the same in you as is in me. I hope the waterfall comes crashing down. In your feelings I would happily drown. I can hold your head in my lap even if you're opposed to sap. Please, my love, come to me. Please, my love, set yourself free. So this could definitely be a situation where you're afraid of opening your heart again, and you're afraid of exposing all your vulnerability. You're afraid of letting that waterfall come crashing down and having nobody around to hold you up, which I can understand because mine has come crashing down several thousand times and there's been nobody around at all. Nobody. Not one person. Except for earlier this year when I called somebody and had something going on and he was working out of town. And he was supposed to be gone for a week and he's like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And we hadn't talked in about a month and a half because we had gotten an argument. And 2 hours later, he called me and said he was on his way back to town. And he had to deal with a couple things first. And then if I wanted to, I could come over and talk to him. Sometimes people are there. Open yourself to the idea that people can be there again. It's hard to do. Friend, frenemy, most likely the same sex. And it definitely could be that you had somebody that was the same sex putting black magic on you to keep you two apart. Could be that you had a friend that was the same sex that was attracted to you or to them, that could have been trying to get in between the partnership. Your beauty is so great, it's not just surface deep either. When I look into the mirror, I am disgusted by what I see. That isn't surface either. What I have done is unforgivable. But I just can't seem to stop myself. I am so jealous of the attention that you get, and I want it for myself. But I know as long as I am filled with hatred for myself and for others, I will never get it. How do you do it? I know you haven't had it easy either. Obviously, you haven't had it easy. I know you have been in my shoes, but I can't imagine you ever acting as I have. How will you ever forgive me if I can't forgive myself? I tell myself that I'm going to stop spreading rumors and lies, but it's like I am watching myself from the outside, unable to stop it. My pain has a life of its own. My mental illnesses don't help either. I use every excuse as a crutch to not change what I need to and to work on myself instead of constantly looking at everyone else and shifting the blame. Knows you are something. They can't stand it because they don't have the same light as you. Say bitch, Snow the product. Say bitch, say bitch. I am what you get between a Texas and a way, bitch. Yeah. You're somebody that's just on your way up, working on your goals, working on achieving things, and you have a lot of people around you just fucking attacking you. Instead of working towards the same things, they're attacking you. Sugar honey iced tea, Nokia. Sugar honey iced tea, these bitches don't like me. Nokia, katana. Katana. That song. Could have possibly jumped you or wanted to or even set you up to be. Afraid of your power, jealous that you do what you want regardless of the opinions of others. So you have somebody that is upset at you because instead of people pleasing everybody around you and doing what your family or your friends think is best for you, you are somebody that says, fuck you. I'm going to do it my own way. There's a lot of cussing in this first pile, but you know what? That's the way it is. Life is life. It's real. It's not some fake sugar-coated bullshit. Anyway, the return. Your heart is black, feelings you lack. Call me when you need an ego boost. Pride is always home to roost. Honesty not even a part of your vocabulary. Lies all around that you bury. So many languages that you speak, but your words rust like an antique. Upset when I move on. Feelings now start to dawn. Then you pull me back to play. Games are your true forte. Not that you really wanted me anyway. You were just bored and wanted to play. If I was still wanting to call after you put me through it all, I wasn't waiting. I told you I wasn't waiting. I told you I don't. I don't feel guilty for you. I won't. Never lied or caused you pain. You caused this endless rain. I may have been ready to try something new, but you are still the same old you. It looks like you're not the one for me. I'll know when the one has the key. Too busy trying to jimmy the lock. Too many people on the clock. Stop letting others control your life. Maybe then there won't be so much strife. You can't even hear the truth that I speak because it's not truth that you seek. So, yeah, you could have had somebody return from your past that they did some really fucked up shit. And you really think that they're just here to play some more? They're just here to hurt you some more? They're just here to step all over you some more? You know what? Ask for some time to think about it. Take some time. Find your peace. Listen to your intuition. Because for some of you, this is going to be a good situation. And for some of you, it is not going to be a good situation. And it could even be that somebody, because this was actually written for somebody else last year. This was written for a different person. Somebody that kind of went through the same situation as me in their marriage. And yeah, they definitely weren't ready for nothing. That's for damn sure. Anyway, let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Hanged Man, the Magician, the Knave of Wands, the Dragon, Stingray, and the line. It's time to have the courage to align yourself with your path, your purpose, to understand just how much wisdom, knowledge, emotions, communication skills, language skills, speaking skills, how much stability and strength you have within you, everything that you need, you have within yourself to create the new life that you desire, to take this new journey. And it is time to have the courage to go on this new journey, to explore, to really get curious about life again, and to stop being so afraid of everything being out to get you. Look how afraid this woman looks of all of these lizards crawling all over her. She looks pretty afraid. I don't know why, but I always feel like she's afraid. And lizards aren't going to hurt you. They just aren't going to hurt you. So she's afraid for no reason. You are somebody who is supposed to shine. You're supposed to stand out. You're supposed to be in the spotlight. You are supposed to be this beautiful leader and this person who is successful and who has money and who is doing good. So it's time to start seeing things from a new perspective, and it's time to start it's time to pause and really look at things and understand things in a new way of thinking, to know that all of these things that have happened to align you to your true path and your purpose. If you wouldn't have had to face all the people trying to hold you back, you wouldn't have fought so hard to have what you do. And you know what? Sometimes you can heal things after that. Sometimes you can't. And you are the one who ultimately gets to make those decisions in your life. You are the one who is ultimately the creator of your destiny. And it's all in the choices that you make. So what choice are you going to make from today forward? Are you going to make the choice to continually bury your heart, bury your feelings, bury your passions, bury your joy, bury your fun, bury your everything? Because you don't want anybody to see the emotional part of you? Because you're not just burying the bad emotions when you're burying the emotions. You're burying all the emotions. And when you aren't willing to give love to others, you can't receive love either. So it's time to have the courage to really open up and express yourself, and to take this new journey towards alignment for yourself and your path and your purpose. And I feel like everything that you're working on is going to start blooming and growing the moment that you do. So that's pretty much what I have for this pile. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this really extremely long reading. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. You know what? I have not figured out yet how long this will actually record for. And it's been a long time since I've had a video with 2 parts. So I'm kind of wondering if this is going to end up having to be done in 2 parts. It is quite possible, because that was extremely long. Even though there was that many messages, I did not expect that to be quite so long. So let's see. Pile 2. Whew. Pile 2. What mystery message do the ancestors want to talk to you about? We got, all your hard work pays off. No more being taken for granted. No more being taken for granted. Fuck yes, right? Night terrors. Unrequited love. Playfulness turns the tide. Hidden protection. Charisma is manipulation. No more worries. Things happen sometimes. Address things as they come. Promotion or recognition. Angry energy directed at you. And playfulness turns the tide of that angry energy that is coming your way. Passed on loved ones. Hitman. Speeches. So people could be severely pissed off at the speeches that you are making, at the truths that you are bringing to the surface, at the things that you are highlighting and making people aware of. So there could definitely be somebody that could be sending a hitman your way, or spiritual hitman. I'm hearing spiritual hitman. All you got to do in that case is start chanting something along the lines of, anyone sending death my way, I send it back to you today. Anyone sending death my way, I send it back to you today. Anyone sending death my way, I send it back to you today. I'm not sending death to anybody who doesn't deserve it. I'm not sending death to anybody who wouldn't do the same to me. I'm not sending death to anybody. I'm just sending what they're sending to me back to them. I transmute most of the negative energy coming my way, but in some instances, it is necessary to remove that by sending it back, simply because some of them are too big to just dissipate. I don't know. Maybe some of them are too big to dissipate. I don't know. I've never really thought that before. I've always thought that you could transmute any of it. There's going to be some sort of success coming your way, some sort of recognition of your skills, of your knowledge, of... I feel like people are starting to see and notice how intelligent you are, and that what you have to say really makes sense. Some people may have thought that you were crazy in the past, or let other people convince them that you were. You could have been dealing with somebody that was very charming and charismatic, that really knew how to use their words to work their way in. But you have hidden protection. You have hidden protection on the other side. Your passed on loved ones, your ancestors want you to know that they are here with you. They are here to keep you safe. They are here to protect you. So you do not need to worry anymore. Lay your worries down. Lay your burdens down. Give it to God. Have faith and trust. And even if something does happen to you and you happen to die, guess what? You get to go home. Holy shit, you get to go home. And what is more important, your soul on this earth or your immortal soul? To me, it's my immortal soul. To me, I would rather live the life I have while I have it, instead of freaking out and worrying and constantly being distracted or stuck on crap happening around you, when you could be enjoying your life and living it. So enjoy your life and live it. You guys could be having nightmares even, possibly, about a hitman, or about people hurting you, or about people doing things. And this could be because of the angry energy directed at you. This angry energy directed at you could be coming in a way that is causing you to feel those things. It could even be somebody that you did not return their love. They loved you, but you did not return their love, that is sending you this angry energy, that is causing you to have night terrors, that is causing you to be stuck in hurt, pain, turmoil, mental distress, instead of being able to have fun and enjoy life. But once you get out there and start having fun and enjoying life, doing the things that you love to do, that's really going to turn the tide and make a difference. Pray, meditate, and then get your ass out and go dance to some music. Go have a couple drinks with some friends. Play a board game. Play a card game. Paint, sing. Do something that makes you feel good, and that will change those feelings. That will change that negative energy into a positive energy. It will disallow that energy to control your life. Dream. Hey, it's talking about night terrors, and we got dream here. And by the way, an eagle is what my dad wanted to be when he passed away. So this is definitely somebody's passed on loved one that is here to talk to you. Possibly a dad, possibly an ex as well. I was just talking about a certain friends with benefits that I had last year, that there were so many things I absolutely loved about that person, but he was definitely not mature enough or ready enough for a real relationship. But I was calling him a unicorn because he was such a unicorn. So it could definitely be somebody like that too. We have majesty, power, concern. Things will be positive emotionally. Your opinions can't be changed easily, good or bad. Courage and the desire to explore and grow. Good fortune and victory are coming your way. If you are attacked, it means that there are some self-imposed limitations that you need to break through. Could be career, success, or ambitious goals about to be achieved. Fierceness, freedom, courage. You may be facing a fight for your rights. Hope, insight, high ideals, power, purity. Magical feelings or a wish for more in life, especially more magic. High personal standards. You may have some distinct and unique abilities. Gentleness and meekness can be represented here as well. Fight for what you want. Set healthy boundaries, but remain pure and loving in spirit. I feel like a lot of you may even have a hard time speaking. People may be sending you this negative energy, trying to keep you distracted, trying to keep you in this turmoil so that you can't speak your truth or express yourself fully, because they know that the truth about them is going to be coming out. Fight for what you want, set healthy boundaries, but remain pure and loving in spirit. Can be representing your innocence. High ideals to be followed. Fortune coming your way. Insight into a matter of importance is being given to you. Faith in your dreams and belief is needed. Good times are ahead. You possess great power and strength. You can face anything. So you can face anything that is coming your way, and it's time to really believe in your gifts. It's time to believe in your power. It's time to believe in yourself, and it is time to stop believing so much in other people's power to stop you. The movie Skeleton Key is coming into mind. When you give your belief to that, that's what happens. When you give your belief and faith to God, God is what happens. Envious people. Yeah, there are envious people around you, and there are also envious people around your partner or the person that you actually do have the love for, and they may be sending things both your way and their way simply because they don't want you to be together, because they are upset that because they love you or them, and those feelings aren't returned. So we have, it's time to speak your truth, own your worth, and know your power. You have everything you need within, and the universe will provide the rest. It is time to trust that you can stand on your own. It's time to look deep inside yourself and to face and accept your shadow self and to bring old cycles of codependency to an end. Know that you can accomplish what you wish, and the payoff is coming for your hard work. To stand up for your beliefs and your needs. Communicate clearly and confidently. Work hard to bring clarity to your thoughts. So, you guys have been working hard. I feel like you got exhaustion just kind of swept over me. I feel like you guys have been working so hard. I can relate. So it is time to really speak your truth, to own your power, to know that everything you're working on is really breaking cycles, that you are really going to come out on top, and that you really don't have to have anyone around you for this. Want and need are two very different things. Need is what makes it a codependency. When you want something but don't need it, then you can enjoy it much better. And I feel like whoever this unrequited love situation is too, they have a very strong codependency on you, and they feel like they need you. They're kind of obsessed. And that's a lot of the reason why there's so much anger coming your way. But really the best thing that you can do, I feel like for a lot of you, this could definitely be somebody that you can't walk away from for some reason or another, or you feel like you can't walk away from for some reason or another. If you have expressed all of your crap and you've tried to smooth it out in whatever way, then it's time to walk away, period. But playfulness is really what's going to turn that tide of harsh energy into good energy again. Being able to just enjoy life and being able to transmute their negative energy the same as you can yours. I feel like a lot of you in this pile are healers, and they try to convince us that we can't be around any of these people because they're just evil. And you know what? Everybody has shadow and light in them, period. Some people choose to live in the shadow, that is true. And at the same time, that negative energy can be transmuted. If all of it's energy and we can transmute energy, we can transmute any energy we fucking feel like, right? So transmute that shit. Even off your enemies. Pray for your enemies as much as you do for the ones that you love. And then go on with your life and try not to be around those people. Just because you love them doesn't mean you got to be around them either. Just because you pray for them doesn't mean you got to be around them. Mr. Perfect. Lost in your eyes, not wanting to see the lies, hoping I'm wrong, was just anxiety all along. You present something amazing, enough to make my heart sing, but I sense something left unsaid. If it's true, my heart might soon be dead. We'll see here soon if you're for real, if what you're offering is the true deal. So, another thing, don't let yourself fall into this energy of needing to take revenge on somebody because they hurt you, because they ripped your heart out. Don't allow that to happen. It could definitely have been somebody who strung you along and made you believe that they felt the same way, and then they screwed you over in the end of it. And you knew the whole time, and they sat there convincing you that you were crazy. Charisma's manipulation. They sat there convincing you that you were crazy, that you were the only one that they were doing anything with, blah, 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 all that kind of shit. Don't allow your heart to die. So Rock Forever is a great song for that. Don't allow people to change who you are. Don't allow people to destroy the beautiful love and light that is within you. Don't allow them to tarnish that. Don't allow them to win. If this person doesn't love you, then, and you're dealing with a situation like that, then you want somebody who loves you, not somebody who doesn't love you. You want somebody who wants you the same way that you want them, not somebody who doesn't want you. So at the end of the day, rejection is protection. And I know people get sick of people saying that, but rejection is protection simply because that is not the person for you. If that person does not feel the same way about you as you do them, that is not the person for you, and vice versa is true as well. Also, if you're the one on the opposite side of that, make sure that you're not lying to people. Make sure that you're not convincing them that you love them when you don't love them the same way they love you either. All right, let's see what else we got. Captivate those around you with a fiery passion and skillful execution. You have everything that you need within you. We each have a purpose, and yours is very great. Think of the times when things could have been deadly, but they weren't. You are never alone. The divine, angels, and spiritual realm has your back. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you may have heard this story before. Last year, I was with somebody in their car, and they were kind of suicidal / homicidal a little bit, and they were talking about, we went out to this lake, and I don't even know where we were, honestly. But we went out to this lake, and there was guardrails on the side of the road. And they were saying something about, why do they have to put those guardrails there anyway? Because if those weren't there, we could just drive off into the lake. And a thrill of fear went through me for a second. Like, really strong thrill of fear went through me. And I don't usually feel that kind of thing, but all of a sudden the radio starts playing, not gonna drown in the water, 'cause the good Lord am bringing me home. And you know what? I started laughing, and I looked him in the eyes, and he's just looking at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, I already told you. It's not my time to go. If you drive off this bridge, which you're more than welcome to do, I was like, if you drive off this bridge, though, the only one going to be dying is you. And I'm just going to get to walk away from it, and I'm still going to have to be here. Which is kind of good, because you know what? I've never been too fond of the Romeo and Juliet story anyway, if you want my honesty. That is a high level of toxicity and codependency to be killing yourself over somebody you love. At the same time, I can understand why somebody would feel like they want to. Because I have hurt that much in my life before. Over a few different things. There's been once or twice this last year where I didn't necessarily want to kill myself, but I kind of begged to be taken home. Because what's the point of being here? There have been days where I have felt like that, and I have fought through it, and I am still sitting here. And you can do the same. Look inside. Look in the mirror. What do you see? Is there bitterness and jealousy? An attitude of gratitude after a state of lack can certainly change all that. At times it can happen to anyone. Angry emotions can sap your fun. Let it all go and walk away. Sometime soon it will be your day. Look up high, arms outstretched to the sky. Pray for the purity of mind and soul. Know you can come out of this lull. No more time left to spare. Want or need, have a care. So, just to throw this out here, I've had a lot of angry energy since right before Thanksgiving for my ex. Because of all of the bullshit of the last couple years and the culmination of it these last 2 months. And the first pile actually expressed a lot of that anger and rage. So you can go check that out if you feel like you want to. But it's time to really decide if things are things that you just want or things that you really actually need. And I'm not talking need like on a codependent level. I'm talking need like you actually need that. Or do you just want it? And if you want something that you can't have, maybe you can't have it for a reason. It would have been nice to have money this whole last year and to be able to take care of myself a lot better than I have. But there were reasons that I had to go through this last year and that I had to live exactly how I lived. It wasn't a punishment or anything like that. It was just the simple fact that there were things that I had to see from this position that I couldn't see from other positions. I've been poor my entire life, but I've never been quite this poor my entire life. Also, I had to find some of my gratitude that had been buried because I was really upset. And you need to do the same. So, reminders. I am patient, calm, and clear. I will not be filled with fear. I have learned patience well, even if at first I fell. I know I can stand tall. That's the way to have it all. Through faith and trust and pixie dust, it can manifest. It's a must. Moving forward, clear goals in sight. No more reasons to stand and fight. The battle is over. It's time to rest. So I'm ready for the next test. So you may have dealt with a lot of just a lot of nasty shit, a lot of angry energy, envious people, jealousy, all kinds of gross, disgusting things, unrequited love, and people being upset about that, or you having people that were not in love with you that you were in love with, and all that kind of stuff. You have been through so much that at this point, you should know your power. Don't Abuse Your Power by Billie Eilish just came to mind too. Don't abuse your power. Next message. This is going to be the longest reading I've ever done on here. I'm pretty sure. I'm just kind of glad it hasn't made me go to a part 2 yet. Poison spreads. Don't be happy at their pain. Your soul needs a cleansing rain. Don't allow a monster to be made. Allow the bitterness to fade. Eyes on the road ahead today. When you feel weak, it's time to pray. Don't let their poison spread, or into the darkness you'll be led. Release all evils done to you. Many are called, but chosen are few. Anyone can switch sides in a blink. Don't allow yourself to sink. Focus on raising up yourself and others. Fill that cup. So, don't allow this bitterness, this angry, this hurt, this pain to fill you up and destroy who you are as a person. So rock forever again. Don't allow them to change your heart. Don't allow these people to bring you down to their level. Don't allow them to win you over to that dark side. Stay in your light. And it is very hard to transmute that energy, but you can transmute that energy. Homeless but not hopeless. So some of you could definitely be going through exactly what I was going through last year. That's really what I'm getting here. My fingertips are numb. This is exactly why I had to go through that. Because I wouldn't be here to talk to you about this. This poem would not exist without everything I went through this last year. So think about that for a minute. My fingertips are numb. Alone, some forgotten bum. Winter is almost here. Fall is close enough to fear. Abundance I can almost taste. This time will not go to waste. Enough to take care of those close to me. Enough to live our lives free. A place none will fear to go. Is a forever home. A forever home is what I'll sow. With plants and trees. Life's necessities. Enough to travel with my girls. In seeing new cultures, the mind unfurls. Moving forward, looking back. Time to finally unpack. Abundance is mine. It's plain to see. Enough to finally set me free. So you're working on building up the ability to be free financially. But I want you to understand that you are free right now. You are free right now. There are a lot of strictures of not having money because there are a lot of things in this world that require money. But you are free right now. Don't ever let anybody make you feel any different. Anything else is an illusion. It's one of the things I had to learn. And it doesn't matter how much you have. It matters who you are. Earthworm. Earthworms come out when it rains only to feed, mate, or move to another place. It represents the relationship between active and passive energies in life. Darkness is not always a bad thing, but it may be time to move towards the light that is beckoning. By cleansing and clearing your energy field, miraculous regeneration and healing is why this animal is with you now. Just when you feel like giving up, you will receive a breakthrough. Your rebirth will come at the perfect time. Take life one step at a time. Be patient with yourself and with others. Sometimes it's difficult to come out in the open. Slow movement is so that you can learn. Confront your fears Confront your fear or dislike of doing something and learn from it. What you give is what you get. Dig through the dirt and allow it to be the fuel that pushes you forward. And when you allow that bitterness and that hurt and that pain and that rage to fill you up and you give it to other people, they're going to give it back to you. That's the way it works. The person, I was dealing with somebody earlier this year, and there was a girl last year that every single person I had anything to do with romantically, pretty much, she would find out about it and then she would accuse them of abusing her in some way. And so she accused the guy that I was seeing last year of abusing her, and then she thought that I was going to go back to my ex-husband, and she started accusing him of raping her. And she got halfway through it, and I told her to check herself right now, because all the things that I've ever thought he would do, that has not been one of them. He has never been like that. And she immediately, oh no, that's not what I was going to say happened. I went in your room and I went in your house when I was at this bonfire at our house, and we had a couple drinks. I didn't think anybody got that messed up, but I don't know. For all I know, she could have had something before she came over, and I think she did that night because she was going through something. I guess she went in the bathroom and threw up, and he held her hair for her and then offered her to lay down in his bed. And I was like, yeah, that's because he was being a gentleman. Not because he was trying to hurt you. Did he hurt you? No. Well, there you go. Well, the next guy that I had something to do with for a very short time. Well, not a very short time. It was a long, weird thing. But I found out it just happened to be her stepdad. This is too small of a damn town. And she doesn't even live in this town. And it ended up being her stepdad. And, there was somebody that I kept around longer than I should have. I was told to release them for a while, and I didn't. And what does she do the moment she suspects there's anything going on between me and him? She ends up telling me that that same girl said that he molested her when she was a teenager. She just told her this, and they start talking to people about that, and then he broke down. He was really, really, really upset about that and crying and all kinds of stuff. And he didn't go talk to her, but one of his friends went to go talk to her, and she supposedly took it all back and said it never happened and blah, blah, blah. And, who knows, honestly. I have always had such a hard time understanding why anybody would lie about anything like that. But then again, I've been through that. So I never would think about lying about something like that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, she did that 3 times at that point. So what do you believe? But I mentioned to him the things that I was thinking about my ex before. And because of the past trauma I went through. And how he had to go through that himself. Because I was trying to let him know that, sometimes that does happen. And we ended up getting in a fight, and he's like, why don't you just run back to your pedophile ex then? And I was like, oh, my ex is a pedophile, huh? Well, considering nobody actually accused him of being a pedophile and somebody actually accused you of being a pedophile, I guess that definitely makes you one then, right? Never seen somebody so angry in my life. But you know what? He directed that angry energy at me and that jealous energy at me. So I directed that angry energy right back at him. I said all that just to say that. You are breaking cycles from the past through to the future generations. Long festering karma and karmic wounds. It is time to let go. Be true to you. Allow yourself to shine bright. Leave behind what you were taught in favor of the new things that you have learned. Talking points may help you in some way. Write a sentence and see what follows. It is time to really explore. Stop thinking curiosity is a bad thing. It sometimes leads to bad things, but just as often, it could lead to some good ones too. Take calculated risks. Be discerning, but not fearful. Let that fear give rise to faith and courage. Now is the time for commitment tests. Only the strongest make it through. You can do this. Believe it and make it so. By the way, unrequited love. Playfulness turns the tide and angry energy directed at you. That's reminding me of that as well. Because if they're directing angry energy at you because they're upset because you don't love them in the same way they love you, you still love them, but you don't want to be with them in that way. If you turn it around and start having fun and being joyful, even though you don't want to be with them, and